In my younger days, I tended to be somewhat irritable and at times very hot-tempered. After a few years of training in Jiu-Jitsu, however, I found that my health had improved. I had become calmer as a result of much greater self-control. I also concluded that the same spirit necessary to prevail in a life or death struggle against an enemy on the battlefield could be similarly applied in an attempt to overcome difficulties that we often have to face in our daily lives. The training necessary to acquire competent fighting skills that enable one to defeat an enemy in battle is, in a sense, also very valuable as intellectual training. Traditional jiu-jitsu techniques were devised, for the most part, solely for the maiming or killing of an enemy, not in any way for anything positive morally, intellectually, or physically. Many of these same jiu-jitsu techniques could be performed in a less dangerous manner, could be of a practical nature for modern-day life, and could be of value in the exercising of one's body and in the improving of one's mental faculties. Besides the Tenjin Shinyo and Kito styles, I studied the techniques of other schools of jiu-jitsu. I came to realize also that martial arts training could be used as a potent force in the pursuit of self-perfection. From a variety of jiu-jitsu styles, I decided to adopt the most effective techniques and add some of my own ideas. By founding Judo, therefore, I had created my own system of physical and mental training. It also occurred to me that I should not keep this knowledge to myself alone, but that I should teach it to others worldwide. At that time, there was still a relatively large number of people nationwide with an interest in a variety of traditional martial arts. However, since some were averse to living in the past, as it were, they thought it better to give up practicing such outmoded activities. Thus, martial arts started to lose their former popularity, particularly the unarmed styles of jiu-jitsu. In an effort to reverse the decline in their incomes, some jiu-jitsu masters began staging exhibition matches. They issued challenges to sumo wrestlers and to the practitioners from other jiu-jitsu schools. The admission fees that they charged spectators helped to boost their salaries. In this way, the world of martial arts started to be transformed into an entertainment business, and thus the true character of these arts was altered and degraded radically. Partly because of this changing situation, the former popularity of jiu-jitsu as a participant activity began to wane further. When I began teaching martial arts in earnest, I did not instruct traditional jiu-jitsu as such, but an art that was based on a deep and far-reaching spirituality. Since jiu-jitsu had by then largely fallen into disrepute, I purposely did not use the term jiu-jitsu at all, but thought it better to use a different name. The one that I selected was Kodokan Judo. The essential spirit necessary for one to prevail in a fight, which largely determines the outcome, has important implications for life. In Judo, initially the student is taught the Do, or way to live one's life, in other words, a lifestyle, and later he learns the appropriate fighting skills for the practice of Judo. When considering a name for this new activity, I purposely did not change the name completely, for I retained the meaning of Ju, which means yielding or flexible, and added Do, the path or way of life. Thus, the name I chose was Judo. The word Judo had in fact been used earlier by one of my former jiu-jitsu masters. Moreover, the word Judo had at one time been used by the popular Jikishin school, which was based in the Izumo no Kuni region. However, they seldom used it. They most often referred to their particular style as Jujutsu, Yawara, or Taijutsu. I was therefore the first to popularize the use of the term Judo. Similarly, the name Kendo was sometimes used in the days of Kenjutsu, a martial art which has been popular since ancient times. Today, however, the name Kendo, like Judo, has come into much wider use. In recent years, instead of referring to my art by the official name of Kodokan Judo, most people now simply refer to it as Judo. However, the term Kodokan Judo is special in that it has wide application and deep significance. The institute that I named Kodokan is therefore the place where the art of Judo is taught. If I had merely wished to teach a martial art, I would have perhaps named my dojo Renbukan, Institute for Martial Arts Practice, or Kobukan, Martial Arts Institute, or perhaps Shobukan, Military Institute. I especially avoided the use of such terms though. The chief reason that I chose the name Kodokan was that the Do of Judo is the fundamental path of life to which the skills are applied.